There are two aspects of being an entrepreneur and the spirit of entrepreneurship. First, being an entrepreneur, the first things that we try to do is typically build businesses. So the only job of being an entrepreneur, or the primary job I would say, is to build businesses. Some of them are inventors who bring the business more from an invention side. Some of them are good money makers who can monetize everything and can build a business. Some people are good at value making. They make everything captive. So that's how the value can grow over a period of time. And some of them are people maximizer, where they can create effective focus areas where they can bring that kind of delivery across the lines or across the functions of the organization. So these are the four different ways what typically a entrepreneur does. He only does building businesses. That's the primary objective of an entrepreneur. I'm not trying to give any quote or any statement here by saying this, but that's eventually the scope or the high level focus of what an entrepreneur has to do. Plus, why people do entrepreneurship. The second level of the involvement for being an entrepreneur is it gives a lot of motivation when you create some new thing in the world, or when you create a maximizer, or when you bring a value to the community. It gives a lot of confidence to the entrepreneurs, and it gives a lot of motivation to do bigger things. So that's how people learn and also motivate. That's how they want to be the entrepreneurs. And finally, the success stories. Definitely, when you start on a very good note and when you put all your hard works and effort in the right direction, it will be a success. So that's how the success stories actually trigger a lot of entrepreneurs to showcase themselves or to reach that kind of status of being success and create a success story. So these are the 3 or 4 high level things. There could be a lot of little things, little pointers that can come across, but these are the typical things that entrepreneurs do, and that's why people would like to be the entrepreneurs. So first is basically building business, then get learning and motivation, and finally make a success story. And on the spirit of entrepreneurship, in the process of doing these things, like in the basically entrepreneur in the process of building business, you should always have this attitude of think big. Don't start small. But end of the day, we have to take little steps and reach out to a bigger goal. So we have to have the attitude of big. What is that I am going to do? Why should I do? Then how and what? Why should I do? What it will give to me and how I can take it forward. So these are the kind of approaches that is very important as a very first kind of approach or the spirit of entrepreneurship. Second is the passion. You should have immense passion to drive the job that you have taken, because end of the day it's not about money, it's not about value, it's not about profit and loss, it's about the problem an entrepreneur is trying to solve. Is the problem solved? If it is not solved, then there is another entrepreneur who could challenge the problem and solve it. There are many examples in the world that exist that we can go back and see how passion actually drives them. Similarly, the next the next attitude, part of the attitude, I would say, the spirit, I would say, is never give up. Entrepreneurs, when they start on something, they should always try to see how they achieve the problem. It's not about the various holds or various things they get stopped by. It's basically what is that drives them to overcome any point or any obstacle they come across. So that's basically the never give up attitude that is very essential for entrepreneurs. And finally, just keep doing. All the time, we should just look at where we are and how we can move forward. We just focus on a plan. See, because when you are doing something, you might be on the highs, you might be on the lows, you might also look at various challenges that can come across, but we should just keep going because we have to reach the destination, the target that we have set. Meaning we have to solve the problem, ultimately the problem we have taken up. So that is the spirit of entrepreneurship. And these four aspects are very critical to the success of the journey of an entrepreneurship. So typically there are two facts here. One is why entrepreneurs and the spirit of entrepreneurship.